Hey guys, Jordan Tanaka the Human Wolf, or Caleb here, and today I'm reacting to five Freaky Ritual Games Part 2 by Madame Macabre. Subscribe to Madame Macabre and like her video. This is Part 2. I just uploaded Part 1. Go check that out. And I realized that the audio on that was super low, so I turned up my audio. So let's go.
At midnight, porcelain dolls come to life and kill you with nail files. So seeing how this next ritual involves intentionally animating a doll and inviting it to come and get you,
Inviting a little bit.
A bit of a phobia of creepy dolls. This has lasted since
I'm not
I was
really
a child,
afraid of dolls.
when my older sister told me that at
Except
midnight
for if
porcelain
they're in
dolls
the middle
come
of
to
a
life
dark
and kill
hallway.
you with nail files. So seeing how this next ritual involves intentionally animating a doll and inviting it to come and get you solidifies it as one game I will never play myself.
Right with you.
Number 3,
Not gonna do that.
One man hide and seek. The
I've heard
one-man
something about
hide and
this,
seek,
but I've never
aka
heard the story.
one-man tag, is a ritual for contacting the dead. The spirits which are wandering restless on the earth are always looking for bodies to possess. In this ritual, you will summon such a spirit by offering it a doll instead of a human body. Things you'll need for the ritual: one doll. It must have limbs. Rice. Enough to stuff the doll full. One needle and one.
That's even worse because I'm in a bed of stuffed animals right now.
Nail clippers.
Horrible.
One sharp-edged tool, such as a knife, glass shard, or scissors. 1 cup of salt water. Natural salt would be best. A bathroom with a bathtub and some form of a counter. And finally, a hiding place. Preferably a room that has been purified by incense or holy water. There must also be a TV in this room. Preparations. First, take out whatever the doll is stuffed with. Once all of its stuffing is removed, restuff it with rice.
Creepy.
Next, clip off a few pieces of your
After
nails
this, I'm probably gonna
and
do
put them
like a jump
inside of
scare
the doll.
challenge or something.
Sew up the opening with the crimson thread. When you finish sewing, tie up the doll with the rest of the thread. Third, go to the bathroom and fill your bathtub with water. And finally, return to your hiding place and put the cup of salt water on the ground. How to perform the ritual?
I don't need to
Step
know.
1. Give a name to your doll. The name can be any but your own. Step 2. When the time is 3
Name
a.m.,
that doll. Please
say,
don't kill me.
I am the first
Like
it.
I'm never gonna do
I
it
am
anyway.
the first it to the doll 3 times. Step 3. Go to the bathroom
Looks
and
like
put
an
the
empty
doll
potato
into
sack
the
with
water-filled
holes in it.
bathtub. Step 4. Turn off all of the lights in your house and go back to your hiding place and switch on the TV. Step 5. After counting to 10 with your eyes closed, return to the bathroom with the edged tool in your hand. Step 6. Go to the bathtub and say to the doll,
Oh, I just realized what that
I have
was.
found you, and say the doll's name. Step
That's
7.
creepy.
Say,
Yep.
You are it next, and say
Yep,
the doll's
creepy.
name again, as you take the doll out of the bathtub and leave it on the counter of the bathroom. Finally, as soon as you have put the doll down, run back to the hiding place and hide. How to finish?
Why would you do this
Step
anyway?
1.
There's no
Pour half of
reward.
the cup of salt
Any
water
point of
into your
doing
mouth.
it, you're just
Do not
risking
drink it.
your life
Just keep
to
it
a
there.
doll.
Step 2. Get out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll.
Nope.
The doll is not
Just grab that thing and throw it out the window.
bathroom.
Lock
Whatever
your doors
happens,
and then
do
light it on
not spit
fire.
out the salt water. Step 3. When you find the doll, pour the rest of the salt water in the cup over it. Then spit out the salt water in your mouth onto it as well. Finally, say, I win 3 times. This is supposed to end the ritual. After this, make sure you dry the doll, burn, and discard it later. Most important,
I would have done that at the very
not
beginning.
stop this ritual halfway through. You must do it through until the end. If you ask me, beds have always been a place of comfort and rest and relaxation. However, this next ritual will take that safe haven and turn it into your worst nightmares.
Sitting in the bed right
Number
now.
4. Bed of Sorrow.
I'm literally laying
The
in my
Bed
bed
of
while
Sorrow
making this
is a
video.
legend born from many ancient ghost stories and folk tales that have, over time, become merged into the story we know today. It is practiced in small numbers by those who either believe in its supposed power, or by those who simply seek a thrill in the form of a haunted game. The legend states that the Bed of Sorrow was used by a poor soul, long since departed, who would weep day and night into the sheets, unable to be consoled as they withered away in that bed, never leaving, not even to eat, drink, or relieve themselves. In time, the inevitable occurred, and the tragic figure died, still weeping. Although they were removed from the bed and given a burial, the bed itself would begin to exhibit unnatural properties, such as the once white sheets turning red. A feeling of continual dread surrounds the bed, and thus, if the story is to be believed, it was destroyed in an effort to end what many believed was a curse left behind by a restless spirit. As is with such stories, however, the bed is said to somehow materialize even to this day. It is said if you desire to seek it out, you need only find any abandoned house and search for a single room with a red door that appears locked. It is said that knocking on the door twice will open it, and the explorer has attained permission to enter. Upon doing so, they will notice the room is completely empty with no furniture or windows. The only object to be found is a single bed in the middle of the room with red sheets. This is when the explorer has a choice to leave the room and never return, as many do. Yet if one dares to proceed, they may close the red door behind them and make their way to the bed and lay down upon it, making sure to lay on top of the sheets. As they lay on the bed, they must close their eyes and remain deadly still. The sound of weeping will fill the room, and the sound of knocking will come from the red door. One must keep still and never open their eyes, no matter how loud the weeping gets or how violent the knocking becomes. The bed will seem to shake, but once again, one must not open their eyes or move. Eventually, the shaking will stop,
considered
games? And the room will grow
this
silent.
Is just
At
certain
this point,
death.
A voice will whisper from the dark, "It is done." At that moment, one must open their eyes and leave the room, being sure to close the door behind them and to not look back. One must continue to exit the house and head back home without looking back or talking to anyone or anything on the journey back.
Don't know
Should
where
a figure
it is.
in red appear at
Don't know
any
what would
point during
happen.
one's journey home, run and do not stop. Should a figure in white appear, however, keep walking and under no circumstances begin to run. Should one make it home, immediately go to bed and sleep. When they awaken, all feelings of doubt and grief will vanish. The story claims the Bed of Sorrow shall take away one's troubles for up to 7 days following the encounter. But should any of the steps be missed or broken, the weight of one's grief and doubt will increase tenfold every day until one can successfully complete the tasks.
That's why you don't
And for
even
our
want
last
to attempt
entry,
it.
we have a ritual game that has grown
That's stupid.
massively in popularity over the last few years. Malicious shadow people and testing your fate make this game one of the most dangerous to attempt. Number 5.
The Midnight Game. I've
The
seen this.
Midnight Game.
This is
The
just.
Midnight Game is an
This
old
isn't
pagan
that bad.
ritual used
This is
mainly
fake.
as punishment
I've seen
for
this.
those who have broken the laws of the pagan religion in question. While it was mainly used as a scare tactic to not disobey the gods, there is still a very existent chance of death to those who play the Midnight Game. There is an even higher chance of permanent mental scarring. It is highly recommended that you do not play the Midnight Game.
Wasn't playing it
However,
on it
for
anytime
those
soon.
few thrill seekers searching for a rush, or for those delving into obscure occult rituals, these are simple instructions on how to play.
Also because
Do
you
so
have
at
to
your
literally
own
stab yourself
risk.
in the finger for it.
How to play.
Might waste some of my blood for that.
Prerequisites. It must be exactly 12 o'clock a.m. when you begin performing the ritual. Otherwise, it will not work. Materials. You will need a candle, a piece of paper, a writing instrument, matches or a lighter, salt, a wooden door, and at least 1 drop of your own blood. If you are playing with multiple people, they will need their own of the aforementioned materials, and they will have to perform the steps below accordingly. Step 1. Write your full name, first, middle, and last, on a piece of paper. Put at least 1 drop of blood on the paper. Allow it to soak into the paper. Step 2. Turn off all of the lights in the place you are doing this. Go to your wooden door and place the paper with your name on it in front of the door. Now, take out the candle and light it. Place it on top of the paper. Step 3. Knock on the door 22 times. The
Play a
hour
creepy
must
game like
be
this, at
at
least go
12
for like
o'clock
the
a.m.
elevator game or
upon
something.
the final knock.
In case there's like a
Then
really good reward
open
to
the
that,
door,
you can go to
blow
another
out the
dimension or
candle,
something.
and close the door. You have
This is
just allowed the Midnight
You don't get
Man
any
to
reward
enter
of
your
any
house.
time for this. This
Step
is just
4.
plain stupidness.
Immediately relight your candle.
You get to
This
survive.
is where the
That's a
game
reward.
begins. You must now
Other than that,
lurk
nope.
around your now completely dark house with the lit candle in your hand. Your goal is to avoid the Midnight Man at all costs until 3:33 a.m. Should your candle ever go out, that means the Midnight Man is near you. You must relight your candle within the next 10 seconds. If you are not successful in doing this, then you must immediately surround yourself with a circle of salt. If you are unsuccessful in both of your actions, the Midnight Man will create a hallucination of your greatest fear and rip out all of your organs one by one. You will feel it, but you will not be able to react. If you are successful in creating a circle of salt, you must remain inside it until 3:33 a.m. If you are successful in relighting your candle, you may proceed with the game. You must continue until 3:33 a.m. without being attacked by the Midnight Man or being trapped inside the circle of salt in order to win the midnight game. The Midnight Man will leave your house at 3:33 a.m. and you will be safe to proceed with your morning.
Yep, creepy,
You should
creepy,
note,
creepy.
indications that you are near the Midnight Man will include a sudden drop in temperature, seeing a pure
like
black
a zombie or
humanoid
something.
figure through the darkness, and hearing very soft whispering coming from an indiscernible source. If you experience any of these, it is advised that you leave the area to avoid the Midnight Man. As a final warning, do not turn any of the lights on during the midnight game. Do not use a flashlight during the midnight game. Do not go to sleep during the midnight game. Do not attempt to use another person's blood on your name. Do not use a lighter as a substitute for a candle. It will not work. And definitely do not attempt to provoke the Midnight Man in any way. Even when the game is over,
Who would attempt
from
this?
now on, he will always
I mean, who would
be
attempt
watching
this
you.
against their own will?
Well,
I mean,
that's all for this video.
with their
And
own will.
please, I would recommend not actually trying any
A lot of
these
people had to
yourself.
do this
You
against their
never
own
know
will
what may
back in
happen.
old times.
Thank you so much
But
for
who would do
watching,
this
and I will catch
with
you all
their own
next
will?
week. That's all for now.
That's
Bye-bye.
just certain death. That was the video. And see you guys later. I'm going to do a try not to get scared or jump scare challenge later or tomorrow. Bye guys. Subscribe, like, and if you have already done that, wait till my next video, I guess. Bye.